Hey everyone, Desh here. Welcome back to the channel after quite a long time. It's been like 3 months since I last uploaded a video. But anyway, I'm here, and in this video I'm going to be telling you 5 different ways that companies try to fool you. I can use that word. So let's get into it. The first and most common thing is companies use higher numbers to attract more customers, mainly broadband claims. Do you remember when your broadband provider claimed around 30 Mbps of speed but you ended up getting only around 3.5 to 3.7? That is because the Mbps that companies use to claim is not the one that we are familiar with. What does that mean? Companies use Mbps with smaller b, which represents megabits per second. But the one we are familiar with is with capital B, which represents megabytes per second. Generally, 1 byte equals 8 bits. So, the 30 Mbps speed that companies claim is actually equals to 30 by 8 Mbps that we are familiar with. So, it is actually the 30 megabits per second, but actually equals to 3.7 megabytes per second that we are familiar with. So, that is why we end up getting only around 3.5 to 3.7 megabytes per second. But why do companies use bits instead of bytes? Because it makes them numbers. Generally, when a company says we are providing 30 Mbps of speed, people don't ask like, oh, you are providing 30 Mbps of speed, whether it's bits or bytes. You can't cheat me. They don't say like this. They think you are providing 30 Mbps. We are gonna get 30 Mbps of speed, and that is only thing that comes to people's mind at the first glance, and that is why companies use bits instead of bytes, because it makes higher numbers to attract more customers. Second one, brand partnerships. These look great on paper, but they doesn't always need to work. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Many partnerships are limited only to brand licensing. But what is a brand licensing? Generally, a company X pays to a company Y to paste the brand name of company Y onto the products of X. Let me tell you an example. Recently, Nokia laptops were launched in India, and the first thing that comes to people's mind when said Nokia laptops is Nokia's brand reputation. No matter whether they have any experience in laptop lineup or not, the first thing that comes to people's mind is Nokia's brand reliability on their products. But the thing is, it is not Nokia who makes those laptops. It is actually Flipkart, which took the brand licenses from Nokia to paste Nokia brand name onto these laptops. So these are actually Flipkart laptops in the name of Nokia. But not all partnerships are for brand licensing, right? Sometimes companies work with each other actively on the development of certain thing, like Huawei and the Leica partnership. Before Huawei partnered with Leica, Huawei smartphones are not so meant for camera performance. But once the partnership happened, Huawei smartphones started competing with the top players in the industry like Samsung's, Apple and Google Pixels. They even topped the charts in some situations. This partnership became so successful because Leica isn't just for the sake of brand licensing. It is actually Leica which selects which sensor to be used in Huawei smartphones. Also, Leica actively participates in the development of camera software for Huawei smartphones. So, brand partnerships does make a difference when they work properly. On the other hand, we have the partnerships like the OnePlus and the Hasselblad collaboration. Which brings me to the next point, overhypes. See, companies hype their products to grab the initial market attention. And when OnePlus partnered with such a brand that is so called to be the first on the moon, they took it to advantage. And they hyped it so much that the entire tech community on the internet was buzzing about this. They even sent space ice cream to the creators a few days before the launch, as you know, Hasselblad was the first on the moon. Although they hasn't sent me the ice cream. I'm watching you, OnePlus. But in the real world performance, OnePlus 9 devices hasn't really stood up to the hype they created. They are good smartphones, they take good photos, they are definitely better than the previous gen OnePlus devices, but compared to the hype they created, they haven't really stood against it. In a camera comparison test done by Aaron Mishra, who is the boss, our boss, against S21. Samsung clearly won by a huge margin, which by the way hasn't really collaborated with any other brand.
The Galaxy S21 Ultra still definitely has the throne, but also that the OnePlus 9 Pro is not a bad camera system. It's about what you would expect for its price.
Number 4. Companies use unwanted things so that they can market them. Like seriously, who even asked for a quad camera setup that comes with a 2 megapixel depth sensor and a 2 megapixel macro sensor that we never gonna use any day? Who even asked for a transparent bag that will be putting a case anyway? See, don't give unwanted things. Instead, spend that money on the things that matter. Spend that money on hiring a good R&D team. Spend that money on developing a good image processing software, because it is the end results that matters, but not the gimmicky things. Because at the end of the day, it is the 12 megapixel Google Pixel the king, but not my 64 megapixel Realme 7. And the last one. This is happening recently for an year or so. We all know that Micromax has made a comeback in India around 7 months back. And when they did, they have to promote their products. Generally, when a smartphone brand market their product, they market their key specs like their super fast performance or their blazingly fast charging speeds, their ultra smooth display, etc. etc. But Micromax has used none of them. Instead, all they used are the patriotic quotes and the anti-China sentiment that people has back then. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying these smartphones were bad. They were good. But the fact that Micromax has used only these sentiments and emotions, it's a shame. You're a smartphone brand and behave a smartphone brand, not a nationalist. I have another example. We all know 4G, the Indian alternative for PUBG. Really? Is it anywhere near PUBG? Sundar from Technology Jog has called this game mostly a video that is playing itself with a bunch of controls on top of it for the sake of us to feel like we are just playing the game. It is a half-baked game. There were no guns, there were only sticks. There was no multiplayer mode. And the graphics, it's mostly awful. Developers and companies, if you are planning to survive long in such a huge market like India, solely depending on the sentiments rather than your actual product itself, congratulations! You are not gonna last long in this game, because at the end of the day, it is the product that actually matters but not the sentiments. See, Indians support Indian products until you deliver it. Once you got out of this value proposition, they doesn't care whether you're an Indian company or not. They're just gonna go with the one that provides this value proposition. So concentrate on the product, not the sentiments. These are Indians, not fools. I guess I said it right. It feels so light, after exhausting everything out. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please this video. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also comment something down below, like anything. I just want it to be cool. Catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Companies use higher numbers to attract more customers. Mostly do you remember when your broadband provider claimed around? Mostly broadband claim. The video that is playing itself with some bunch of controls on top of it just for the sake of us to feel like we are playing.